guys, this is Brandy, otherwise known as Mystery of Diamonds, and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, hey y'all. Alright, we got us the sweet tooth nails, and that is because this is week 1 for my collaboration that I am doing with Kara from the Principal Painter called hashtag Sweet December. We are both working on Sweet Tooth. For those of you that don't know what Sweet Tooth looks like, here she is. This is by Micah Jelena, and it is from Diamond Art Club. And I am working right here up at the corner because the way that I work on my canvases is I go from right to left, and I go from top to bottom. And that's just me. It's how I work mine. It's, you know, everybody is allowed to work theirs however they want. I also use a combination of release papers and plastic because I like being able to have defined squares, but at the same time where I'm not completely seeing all this other beside me, because then I don't get tempted to try to do multiple, and I feel a little bit of a sense of accomplishment here. And then I use pillowcase right here so that I can rest my arm, and I just have something comfortable to rest on while I'm working. All right, so let me tell you a little bit about this collaboration, okay? I'm going to go ahead and tell you right up front. You'll need to stick around to the end of the Wip and Chat, because at the end of the Wip and Chat, I am going to give you a question that tells you, you know, for you to answer so that you can get an entry into the prize package. So before I actually get into the Wip and Chat, I want to go ahead and kind of give you some specifics on this collaboration. Okay, so Kara and I, we wanted to make this as inclusive as we could. And so what we mean by that is we're aware that there are a lot of other collaborations going on here in December. And we wanted to make this so that you could be participating in other collaborations right alongside ours and not have to feel any type of you know, pressure to do an additional canvas. You know, whatever canvas that you are using for those collaborations will be perfectly fine with ours, because we tried to make it open-ended. It's one of those where it doesn't have to be DAC, it doesn't have to be Sweet Tooth. All it needs to be is, you know, it could be a Christmas, it could be a winter, or it could be something sweet or something that means something sweet to you. You know, if you look at a painting and go, sweet, guess what? That painting will work. So pretty much any painting out there, okay? And you can participate in our collaboration. All we really ask when we do these is to watch our weekly Wip and Chats and to leave a comment. Now, like I said, we may be asking questions at the end of our Wip and Chats for you to answer in the comments, okay? And so you'll need to answer it in order to get an entry, because what we're doing is we're doing one big giveaway at the end. And you know, you never know, we may decide to do some little prizes in between. You don't know, I don't know, I haven't decided. We might have some sort of surprises in store. You never know. You know, you never know. But we're not going to announce those except within the Wip and Chats, or possibly our lives, because that's the other thing. Now, I do my Wip and Chats on Sunday. This is Sunday. I am filming a little bit later than I was planning on it, but kind of got caught up in Family Cookie Day, and so I got started filming a little bit later than I intended to. So, but usually I do my Wip and Chats on Sundays, and Kara is going to be doing hers on Tuesdays generally, because Monday, Kara and I both go live on our channels. She goes from 6 to 7 Central Time, and I go from 7 to 8 Central Time. And so, you know, we wanted to try to do our, usually anytime I do a Wip and Chat, I try to do it on Sundays, because that's, with me being back at school, that's the easiest day for me to be able to film and upload. Okay, so, let me tell you the story a little bit about Sweet Tooth as far as how this came about. Now, Kara and I, we are besties. We're best friends. And the funny thing is that we have very similar taste on some paintings and things that we like. Okay. And we are both, when I did my very first collab ever, I did it with Kara. And I did it, we did Lumina. Okay. Which was also by Micah Jelena, who was the artist of Sweet Tooth. And let me tell you, I am a fan of Micah Jelena. I believe her work is absolutely phenomenal. And I like the stuff that she does. So, when Sweet Tooth came out, this was right when Diamond Art Club was, I want to say it was the time where like everybody had, I think the same amount of time. And let's just say that it went so fast. I had it in my cart. And I was going to check out. And the payment was going, processing. And then it said, sorry, something in your cart is out of stock. And I'm like, what? And it was gone. Sweet Tooth was gone. I was so upset. And, as best friends do, we tend to talk to each other. And I was like, I cannot believe it. I missed Sweet Tooth. And she was the exact same thing. She had the exact same thing. She's like, I know. I was trying to get a couple of canvases, and Sweet Tooth just disappeared. Went bye-bye. And we were actually really upset. This was the canvas, we call it the canvas that almost got away. And we say almost because it got away from us that first time. And then, one of the things that you can do is if you ever see a canvas that you really like from Diamond Art Club and it's out of stock, you can click on it and you can put it in your wish list, click that little heart. And then what you can do is you can sign up for email alert. And so if that particular canvas, now you have to do it for each and every one that you're interested in. Okay. And so that particular canvas, I put in my email for an email alert. And sure enough, and it was at nighttime. I don't remember what day it was, but it was at nighttime. And I got the email alert that Sweet Tooth was back in the shop. Or it was available for pre-order. And so actually, I don't know if it was an email alert. See, look now. Let me think. Hold on. Either a friend of mine told me it was there, or I got the email. I just remember I got notified some way, somehow. This is what happens when you get old. Sometimes you forget exactly how it happened, but, I'm trying. But no, I just remember I got an alert somehow, some way. And I found out that it was back in the store. And so what do? I call Kara immediately. I literally wake her up. And she gets woken up, and the only thing I say is, Sweet Tooth is back in the store. You've got to get to DAC, like, right now. And she, like, yelled, and she jumped out of the bed, and, she did the same thing I did. We ran to DAC, and, quickly got it, because we knew that, if we didn't, other people were gonna buy it out again, and there we would be. We would be without Sweet Tooth for a second time. Because that's happened on other canvases to me as well. But no, we were lucky. We both called and talked to each other. We're like, I got it. Did you get it? I got it. Yes. And so it was kind of decided then that we absolutely had to do a collaboration on Sweet Tooth. And we decided that, December, both of us, when we think of December, we think of treats, and sweets. And so that's why we said Sweet December, and how cool to be doing Sweet Tooth on Sweet December. And let me kind of give you a little bit of a clue. This canvas even has a little bit of a deeper meaning towards Christmas specifically for me. Because when I was little, now my grandmother, on my mom's side, she has always been, or, you know, she was always this amazing, wonderful cook. Okay. And so she made all kinds of amazing treats for Christmas. You know, some of them were chocolate treats. She'd actually make the, you know how you can get the chocolate molds, right? And you temper the chocolate and you pour it into the molds and you put them in the refrigerator and you let them harden or whatever. And she would make little chocolates. She would make this stuff called divinity candy. It's like this white candy and it has like nuts and all these other things inside of it. And so it's like, it's not a chocolate, but it was like a I don't even know how to, it's like a fudge-ish type, but it was white. It was just, it was pure heaven is what I call it. Divinity candy was pure heaven. Absolutely loved it. And then she also made, you know, a lot of people associate fruitcakes with Christmas. And my grandmother, she never actually liked the taste of fruitcake. You know, she liked the taste of fruitcake, sort of, kind of, but not in the way that it was always presented. And so I don't know if she found a recipe or something, but she got this recipe for something called fruitcake cookies. And it was where you take all the flavors of a fruitcake and you put it into a cookie. And you also used rum extract. You know, so technically as a kid, I wasn't supposed to eat them, but, you know, hello, you know, how many of you ate stuff that they told you not to eat and you did it anyway? You know, it's kind of like being told don't do, and it's almost like an open invitation to do. I mean, you know, come on, you're kids. But I did. I used to love eating these fruitcake cookies. Oh my gosh. I still miss them to this day. And I want to say that my mom has my grandmother's old recipe book. So I do plan on trying to see if that particular recipe is in there for fruitcake cookies. But another thing that she used to do is that she would make other candies as well. And I can remember that, you know, I was always wanting to buy, you know, suckers and lollipops and candies, and of course, you know, these ring pops. Like, I grew up in the 80s. Come on, you know, these ring pops were the thing, right? They were the thing. They were the thing to get. And oh God, I loved my ring pops. So anyway, my granny is like, I can make you a sucker that tastes better than any one that you got in the store. And I just looked at her and I'm like, okay, Granny, you're not Willy Wonka. You know, you're not this magic chocolate maker or candy maker. And she just looked at me and she'd wink and she'd go, all right, just wait. And so she did. She would make me these little candies, these little suckers and stuff. And I'm telling you, oh man, they had more flavor in them than any kind that I could ever buy from the store, you know, because she knew which flavors were my favorites. And she'd make sure that when she was doing the sugar mix and whatnot, that she always made sure to put where it wasn't overpowering, but it definitely had that amazing taste. You know, it wasn't this what I call watered down sugar. It was really good. And so, you know, when I see this canvas, I see all these suckers and things like that, and it brings me back, because this always happened around Christmas time, okay, when I was going to stay with my, because we always had Christmas at my grandmother's house, at my granny's house, because we lived, so sorry, let me get a sip real quick, hold on, I apologize. So we always, we went to my grandmother's house every Christmas. And so when I had Christmas, it was at my grandmother's house. You know, we stayed there, we slept there, because we lived 2 hours away. And so we would always head there, and the entire Christmas would be spent there. I woke up Christmas morning. We had Christmas Eve. I was always there also prior to it. Whenever school let out for Christmas break, I went straight to my grandmother's house. So, you know, I was there for all of the good Christmas baking, all of the cookies, the candies, the lollipops, everything. And so, you know, that's why anytime I think of something sweet, I think of Christmas and I think of my grandmother. And so that's why this may not seem like your traditional like Christmas canvas, but to me, it brings back all of those Christmas memories with my grandmother. And then today, you know, because like I said, I was supposed to film this earlier, and it kind of brings us back to that whole sweet concept. But I was a little late getting this filmed because my family that I married into, my in-laws, we have a tradition over there where we have something called Cookie Day. And Cookie Day is where everybody comes over, and we make, so many. I can't even tell you how many cookies we make, because we start off with, we always start off with the sugar cookies, because the sugar cookies are going to be the ones that are going to get decorated, right? So we start off with sugar cookies and gingerbread cookies, and we get all those made and rolled out, cut out into cute little shapes, and put in the oven, put on cooling racks, and then from cooling racks to the decorating station, where you now get to take whichever cookies you rolled out, you get to now make at the cookie station. Start decorating that. And once we are done with the sugar cookies, right, as far as like making them, now our bowls are ready for the rest of the type of cookies that don't get decorations. Like for me, we have to have peanut butter cookies, and we do them two ways. Because we have some people that prefer them one way. I'll eat them either way. Doesn't really matter. But we have it where you can put the chocolate chip in the center, right? And make the, what do you call it? The peanut butter cookies with the little chocolate drop on them. And then we also make chocolate chip cookies, oatmeal cookies. And this year my son suggested a oatmeal chocolate cookie with, instead of raisins, it was chocolate chips and butterscotch chips. And actually it's pretty good. It kind of reminded me of having going to Universal Studios and having a butterbeer, you know, from Harry Potter, while eating some chocolate, like one of the chocolate frogs. So, you know, it was actually pretty good. I liked it. And then we also have these things called drop cookies, which I don't know how many of you have ever made. They're these no-bake, and they call them no-bake drop cookies, and they have like peanut butter and rolled oats, but oats, and then it's like this chocolate, like cocoa and chocolate, and it's all put together, and you pat it into little patties, and you put them in the refrigerator. Okay. And we call them no-bake drop cookies. And oh my goodness, those are probably one of the favorites. They go very, very fast in my family. I'm probably one of the few people in the family that really like gingerbread cookies, but those drop cookies, man, every time that they're made, I might, if I am lucky, can sneak one before everybody else descends on them and no more drop cookies are available. And she bought some new ones this year as well. And this year's probably one of the first years that we have not decorated a gingerbread house, because usually that's my job. My job is usually to take the gingerbread house kit, you know, and decorate up the gingerbread house. But we did not have that this year. You know, and this is just another instance of sometimes you have, you know, due to the situation of our world, you know, we don't have as many things as we would normally have. But the other thing about Cookie Day that's pretty cool, because it's, you know, it's family coming together. We do social distance, like in the kitchen, because it's a large kitchen, and people are being able to do their decorating stations and whatnot as much as we can. But you know, these are all people that they're you know, we know already have been tested, constantly tested, due to their jobs, or they live in the same household with us. So we have where we were trying to do these, oh, what do they call them? We were trying to make, for the first time, instead of the pre-kit, our pre-boxed gingerbread kit, right? We were going to make little gingerbread men. And here's where, if you don't roll out the gingerbread correctly, what happens is you get different shaped gingerbread when they cook. Because people were tugging on them and whatnot. So we had a tall gingerbread. We had one with a little tiny head and big long legs. We had a really big gingerbread. He looked like he ate all the other gingerbread men. And so, like, none of them were really the shape that they were supposed to be. So, you know, we kind of just gave up and decided that these were just going to be plain little gingerbread, because they weren't coming out regular. Because originally she was going to make them, and we were going to decorate them and send them home for people possibly to put on their tree or whatnot. It did not work that way. Luckily, she had a backup plan, because she's a teacher, and so she's like me in the fact that we learn always have a backup just in case. So she had gone to the craft store, and she had bought the ceramic gingerbread men, and she gave them out to everybody. You were supposed to paint them while you were there, but people got so into making the cookies and decorating the cookies that they didn't. Oh, lost a nail. Hold on. Nail down. That's sometimes the danger. The nail glue that I got off of Amazon. It's not technically the best of the press-on nail glue, and so yeah, it doesn't like to stay adhered. Luckily, I only use them as I am filming, but if I want to wear them out, I have to go get a different brand of the nail glue stuff. So you were supposed to actually decorate them while you were at the house, but most people got into the making the cookies and the decorating the cookies, and so it kind of was more fun to do that. And so a few people did decorate theirs there, but you know, she let me take mine and bring them home, because I'm actually thinking of trying something different. I want to do something more than just putting everybody's name on a gingerbread cookie to hang on the tree. I want to go a little bit above and beyond. Not exactly sure yet what I'm going to do, but I kind of like to do some sort of artistic scene. But, you know, sometimes you overplan, right? You know, sometimes you think that you can do more than you can, but I'm still going to try. I'm going to try. I haven't guaranteed yet exactly what I'm going to do, but, you know, everybody is struggling to try to pull off normal traditions, or as much of normal as you can get right in these times. And so to be able to go to Cookie Day like we have normally done, it might not have been exactly the same. We didn't do as many cookies. We didn't do as many activities. We didn't have as much of a spread to eat, because usually what happens is, since everybody is going there to do cookies, we usually have a big, huge snack tray set up where you can have all these good kind of snacks, and not sweet stuff necessarily. You know, we used to have like the cocktail weenies and the meatballs and chips and dip and cheeses and hams and meats and sometimes little sandwiches. When it used to be really cold, we'd have some chili, and you could have a chili bowl as you're working on your Christmas cookies. You know, just so long as you didn't put the chili on the cookies, everything was all good. But we didn't have that this year. And obviously we didn't even have the amount of people that we normally do. We kind of did the cookies in shifts. So like only half the people would be in the kitchen working on a set of cookies at a time, while the other half were in a different place. And then we kind of swapped off. So, you know, it's one of those things where you want to be able to do the same traditions that you have been used to doing every year, you know, because everybody is ready for everything to get back to normal, right? And I know I am, but, you know, we still have to be conscious. We still have to be safe. And so there are ways to still do some of your same traditions. You just have to alter them a little bit so that you still get that tradition in there. It just looks a little different this year than it has in the past. You know, and I think if we could focus on being able to keep morale up with, let's find ways to add a new twist to our old traditions so that we're not so down during the holiday season. You know, I really think that we'll be a little bit, you know, we'll be better off, you know, because right now this situation in the world has brought a lot of people down. It's taken a lot of traditions away from a lot of people. And so I've talked to quite a few people that have told me, you know, and I feel the same way. You know, it doesn't feel like Christmas. It doesn't feel like the holidays. It didn't feel like Thanksgiving. And, you know, and I get that, because we're so, you know, that it's all about family. It's all about being around people. But, you know, we're in a situation where you have to make the best of it, right? And so this is, all right, so this is, I'm going to go ahead. I'm almost done. I've almost got all the black done in this section. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to ask the question, because that kind of led me up to my question that I'm going to ask for you to answer for this Whip and Chat. Tell me some family traditions that y'all do getting ready for Christmas or for Christmas. I'd like to hear some people's interesting traditions that they use during the holidays. I know we have plenty, and I'll be talking about some of them as we go through these Whip and Chats. Okay, so once again, to get an entry in, tell me about your family traditions. Just leave it in the comment below. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up button down below. And if you're new to my channel, hit that little red subscribe button. I'd love for you to become part of the Diamonds family. Join me here. We try to have fun. I try to do kind of, you know, interesting things. And just make sure that you hit that little bell icon and hit all notifications so that you know whenever I upload a video. Okay, so I'm going to leave you like I always do. Reach for the stars, grab hold, hold on, and never let go. Until my next video, bye guys.